used to. Do you understand that in 2017, how hard it was to get Bitcoin? It was difficult. Like, you had to, so I could not convince my bank that this was a thing. I'm not joking. So it was legal here. And by the way, it's not legal in every place, by the way. But so my bank was like, that's not a thing. And I'm like, what? Yes. Get me on there and let me buy that stuff. And my bank was like, we don't know if I'm like, dude, it's not my fault that you don't live in this decade. Bitcoin is legal. I had to argue with them in 2017. And that was 2017. Like, people in 2017, people were still like, this isn't a thing. We don't know what this is. It looks like a scam. I'm like, it's not a scam. Get me on the damn exchange now. Right? And my bank was just being dumb, dude. People are just, you know what it is. I mean, we see it right now, right? The whole world being dumb, dude. So I had to argue with the bank people for like multiple days, trying to convince them that I can be on the exchange to buy Bitcoin. Allow me to do that. And so you guys don't, like, it's so easy now for people to do this stuff, but it was so difficult back then. To some people, it comes very easy, and to some people, this is a vast domain of mystery, and especially in the realm of the boomer, right? The crypto seems to definitely be boomer proof. Not to all boomers. I have coached a few boomers into this arena, which I didn't really want to do because, again, I'm not a financial advisor. The proviso that everyone gives. I am a philosophy man, whatever that is, and a clown person on the internet, an e-celeb, some might say, of minor status, perhaps even a B-level status in the near future. But I do have a little bit of knowledge of economics and investing, and so we're going to get into the boomer level explanation first, maybe some of the basics, but this is not really going to be about basics. Okay, I'm not here to coach you into how to do your email and your floppy disks. All right, we're straight up hard disks around here. We don't got no floppy disks. We're micro hard. We're not Microsoft. Okay, baby. A little bit of background, as you know. I got into crypto in 2017. And guess what? The way to learn this market is through making a bunch of dumb mistakes, unfortunately. But I'm going to try to help you not make mistakes, because I made all those mistakes for you. I'm not a crypto zillionaire. We have had some success in crypto investments, we'll say. But I'm not a crypto zillionaire. But the way that this market is exploding and growing, and it is now basically ensured that it is the future. Again, we don't know for sure. Anything could happen. My overly pessimistic attitude in the early 2010s is precisely why I didn't get into Bitcoin. You can go find the podcast of me in 2014 on Austin's crypto show. 2014. And the dudes are on air saying to me, Jay, I'm going to give you a wallet. No, they said, get a wallet, and I'm going to put, I don't remember how many said, 3 Bitcoin. And I was like, what? A wallet, dude? What are you talking about? Pfft, get out of here, dude. I don't need your libertarian scam. And everybody has a story like that. Everybody has the story of, I have, Russell Brand. I forgot my keys. It's for 5 billion Bitcoin. Whatever. Everybody's got their story. No, but you can, mine is on that podcast. And so, yeah, I would have had, I don't know, what's 40, 50 times $350,000 worth of Bitcoin free. If I'd have just gotten the wallet when the crypto show told me to get the wallet. But I didn't even know what they were talking about. And I was like, what does that mean? Get a wallet? And at that time, it was just the blockchain wallet or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what that means. I can't. And so I was like, okay, that sounds cool, but nobody knew, and except for some of the diehards in 2014, 15, where we would be now. And so when Bitcoin first started kind of edging up into the $3,000 range is when I took notice. I was like, wait a minute. And I bought into a lot of the boomer hype that this is a scam, blah, 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 blah. It's a scam. It's not even a real thing. You can't hold it. And it's like, do you listen to MP3s, boomer? Yes. Okay, so what are you talking about? Well, I can hold the MP3 player. Right, so it's... Anyway, long story short, we all make mistakes. And you're going to make mistakes if you get into this domain. I made a mistake last week, right? Now, it was a small mistake, but you're going to make mistakes getting into this. So don't be too worried over that. And you're going to have there's going to be fear and trepidation about, what happens if I put my money in this wallet? Am I going to lose it all? And if I transfer it, is it going to be lost and deleted into the ether? No, it's going to be fine. But you do have to take those steps, and you have to get over those basic fears that you have, and that will happen. That will come in time. It'll come easy. Anyway, so long story short, back to the initial. So 2017, I got in right before the big crash, the big first crash. There's been multiple crashes, I know, but I'm talking about since I've been into this sphere. Now, the good thing about crashes is that you need to go through a few crashes, because when you go through a few crashes, you are not as worried as when you go through the first crash. The first crash is a diarrhea-inducing event, especially if you put significant amounts of your savings into Bitcoin. I'm not telling you to do that. You got to make your own decisions. I was willing to do that, right? Because Papa's a high roller over here. I'm a high roller. I'm over here on the freaking table rolling those double snake eyes. Well, I don't even know what snake eyes is, but I'm rolling a snake eye. And when I got into this, I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't know about cycles and markets. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about retracements and corrections and blah, 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 blah. I just thought, where can I put money and make numbers go up? And that's what everybody does. So again, this is shout out to Altcoin Daily. Been following them for a long time, and they have taught me a lot. Learned a lot from those guys. And so you'll notice here, this is just a helpful chart that typically goes around when there is a big correction or even a crash, right? And the reason for this is that we hodl Bitcoin because Bitcoin does this, okay? So go back to 2016. Look, dude, we're going to be Billzillionaires. We're all going to be Cosbys. We're all going to be Princes. We're all going to be Lil Wayne. And then boom. We have the crash. 40% crash, dude. This is diarrhea time right here, okay? The first purple circle, the purple domain of diarrhea death right there. And then, I remember around this time, I was like, all right, forget this. This is a waste of time and money. This is too volatile. And this is precisely why because everybody nowadays who got into crypto in the last year or two, right, in the recent cycles, they're like, why didn't you just hold your Bitcoin like back in 2017, dude? Like, you guys were so dumb. Well, hindsight's 2020, goober. Nobody knew in 2017 where we would be right now. I mean, nobody knew with certainty. Right, there were some hardcore Bitcoin, like that dude that sold everything back in like 2015, and he has his family in a camper, and he like put everything into Bitcoin back in 2015. Okay, well, so yes, that guy was vindicated, but he took a huge risk. Okay, so not everybody knew in 2017 where we'd be right now for sure. Now there was a good chance, but again, it was a lot less clear. And so as you can see, there is a cycle here. Now, there's no definite cycle. We don't know for sure if, for example, this present bull run, is it going to end in September? Is it going to end in October? Well, probably, but we don't know. And usually right around, beginning of summer and then towards Christmas time is when we kind of get a slowdown. Okay. But anyway, you see the point here is that you're going to see 40%, 30%, 40% corrections in Bitcoin. And we just saw one recently, right? We had a recent crash, and everybody's like, "What? It crashed?" Yeah, it crashed from 60,000 though, dude. Duh. I mean, it was 3,000 not too long ago. Okay, so what are you talking about? What do you? I mean, imagine thinking when it was 3,000 that people will be bitching when it crashes down to 30 or 40, right? It's dumb. So, first lesson that we want to learn here, from my vantage point, I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not telling you what to do, is we're going to plan long term. Now, there's a lot of different people who do different things in this domain. I'm not a trader. I'm no good at it. I suck at trading, but I think I have a decent assessment of macro picture, of long term where things are going. I've always been a big picture dude. So I'm not going to sit here and stare at charts all day. That's super boring to me. The whole point of money is so that a person can have financial freedom so they don't have to worry about money. So they can go do what they're interested in. Okay, so crypto is not my life. Money is not my life. And staring at boring ass charts all day is not my life. There's nothing more boring than that. Okay, I didn't go to college to be staring at freaking pie charts and Fibonacci sequences all day. I mean, I think that stuff's cool. There's a place for it. And yes, at times you have to look at that kind of analysis. There's a zillion dudes that do TA. Okay. We do T and A here. I'm just joking. That was a dumb joke. There's a million people that do TA, and I don't do that. But I do approach this from the vantage point of investing. Am I a registered investor? No. Am I a professional investor? No. I'm a dude who read a bunch of books, and I read a bunch of philosophy and a bunch of economics. I have read a lot of economics. And in fact, all that tragedy and hope stuff, all that 1,300 pages that we dove into, as all you guys have been on this journey, right? You guys, a lot of you have been with us on this journey when we went through tragedy and hope back in the day, right? When we went through Anglo-American establishment. And what was a big portion of that book? Economics. What did we learn from that? We learned about fiat money. We learned about Federal Reserve, fractional reserve banking, debt-based systems, usury. We learned all of that. We got really deep into that. Okay. I had my Austrian economics phase. Okay. Not saying everything's bad about Austrian economics. I know that crypto comes out of Austria. I know all that. Okay. But we're not interested in all the technicalities. We are interested in investing. And so next lesson is that my approach is long-term. Okay. There's plenty of guys. Everybody says, yeah, Mitch Ray, Ivan on text, great, altcoin daily, BitBoy crypto, Max Kaiser. I've listened to these guys for years, especially Max. I was listening to Max all the way back in 2011. And I should have listened to Max Kaiser back then because he was saying get Bitcoin. So I finally came around to it. But anyway, and I'm not saying I've followed these things for many years. And the good thing about that is that you go through the cycles of the markets and you get a better approach than, in my view, just my take, than trying to time the trades. Okay, so I'm not a trader, but I do see it as an investment. And so I'm looking at big picture philosophy investments. And most people that make money in crypto, not everybody, unless you're like a super nerd who can just like freaking, I don't know, you have a robot brain, right? You're a Spurgatron 9000. Unless you're a Spurgatron 9000, you're probably not going to take $1,000 and make it into $1 million. Some people have. I mean, it's possible if you bought that stupid Shiba coin, right? When it was whatever, worth nothing. Okay, maybe you made $1 million over that stupid thing. Okay, maybe you made $10,000 on Dogecoin. Okay, maybe. I don't know. That does happen, but it's not likely, and there's a much less riskier, safer way. And so what I would say, by the way, I wasn't trying to diss BitBoy. I know he's been on with Alejandro Jones as well, so I'm not dissing. I like BitBoy. I've learned a lot from him. It just popped in my head. Anyway, so what you want to do from my vantage point, we want to minimize our risks and maximize the potentials. And so the easiest way to do that is the long term. So most people will opt for hodling. And I'm sure everybody knows what that is. It comes from a meme, a joke thing where somebody many years ago on a forum was saying that he was excited about Bitcoin, I don't know, going to $100 or something like that, or it dropped a little bit. And the guy was drunk and he typed hold, and he mistyped it and he put hodl. Right? So hence hodling. And so the first thing that we want to learn is the philosophy of crypto. So we're going to go for a strategy of, I'm going to go for a strategy of less risk and consistent investing over years. Okay. I'm not interested in the day to day. The first psyop that you're going to have to overcome if you get into this is the day-to-day chart. And you're thinking, what? Why would you not listen to the day-to-day chart? Okay. First thing I did when I got into crypto was every day I check the chart, and every day I'm saw out by the chart, and I'm thinking, do I need to sell it now? Do I need to sell it now? I'm selling, right? No, don't do that. Why? Because we want to do the best long-term approach, my view. You can do what you want. If you're good at trading, go do your thing. That's not what I do because I suck at it. But we want to do a consistent pattern of investing. We want to watch the bigger cycles of the market. So I'm not that interested in the day-to-day. And I'm going to contradict myself because I'm also going to say that, yes, I will pay attention to the day-to-day. But now when I pay attention to the day-to-day, it's because I'm used to the cycles. And I'm not as nervous as I was 4 years ago where the day-to-day psyoped me and I thought, oh, I need to sell it really quick when it drops 5%, you know, something stupid like that. So big mistakes, we're talking about avoiding those kinds of early mistakes that you're going to make when you get into this. Don't come in, again, people that make money in this space have done it for a long time and they already have money to invest most of the time, 90% of the time, right? Becker's correct when he says that. That's a great point he makes. So a lot of times people already have money. Now, I told people back, made a video a year ago, over a year ago. It's one of my top 10 videos. And I was like, buy Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was 4,000, 3,000 at the time, 5,000. Told you. So again, vindicated. Shout out. Welcome everybody. Glad you're all here. The long awaited crypto stream. We're here. We're doing it. If you stay along for the journey, yes, I'll give you some of my picks. You got to do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy these, but I'll tell you my strategy. I'll tell you my how I stack the portfolio. I do 40-40-20, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a little bit, but you got to go make your own decisions. But we have had a good track record, I have to say, in the last year, especially. Really good track record in the picks that we picked, okay? I'm not saying I agree with all the people. I'm just saying, and again, listen to different people because different people are going to have good insights, okay? So like exit strategy. I didn't have an exit strategy, and then after you go through a big crash, and then you realize that you're just left holding, 70% loss.